myself out of this depression that I have just been put in.
Just don't even think about it, dude. That's what I do.
Yeah,
Just don't even think about
not think about it.
Do you want to distract yourself by talking about how good of a position Indiana football is in for this?
I gotta ask, what makes you think that Indiana is in a good position?
Yeah, because
I
Penn State has probably the best spot, right?
Right.
Hang on, let me pull up the bracket so that I know what I'm talking about. But so what I know is Indiana has Notre Dame.
I guess they don't have to
and I
go
don't know
very
why.
far. That's something.
But I know, and I feel pretty good about that matchup. I feel pretty good about it.
Okay.
Just because. And then they have Georgia, whose starting quarterback basically lost all functionality of his right arm.
He's not even that great anyway.
Right, but so if they're an injured
They have their
seed,
backup is a 5-star QB.
Yeah, but you got to think about the team chemistry. I'm just saying.
Oh, did you watch that game?
If I'm Oregon, I'm pissed.
Why? Oh, because they got the hardest quarter.
You got to play either Ohio State or Tennessee. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bummer.
No.
I mean, yeah.
Well,
what can you do? Yeah, you could have lost and probably ended up in a better spot to Penn State.
Yeah. Then you'd be playing SMU and Boise State.
Yeah, maybe. It would have been weird.
Yeah, I don't know if I love the layout of the bracket.
Dude, but when that backup quarterback came out for Georgia, they scored their first touchdown of the game.
Right. I know. I feel like, because if we were going up against anybody between Texas, Tennessee, Ohio State, even Penn State, I mean, I don't like any of those matchups.
Yeah, I think Penn State. I think you guys could beat Penn State. I think it's like that's a 50-50. Yeah. They don't win a lot of big games.
So what would you rather have? Would you rather, in your first round match, would you rather go against Notre Dame or Ohio State?
Notre Dame, for sure. Notre
Dame, right? And then, I mean, maybe Clemson would be a better matchup.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
They've lost a lot.
That's true. But I mean, that's the 12 seed. I should be looking at I don't know, Penn State, Tennessee. I definitely don't want to play Tennessee. I don't know. It's obviously not going to be easy anyway, but I'm excited for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah. Very exciting.
See what happens. They can lose to Notre Dame and people will be like
making the semis against Boise State, but they can't do anything to stop Ashton Jeanty.
So Boise State takes out Penn State.
In fact, nobody can. I'm taking Boise State to win it all.
I don't like that for some reason.
I'm taking it. I'm sorry. I know. I hate it too because they dropped wrestling. All right.
You're just a big Ashton Jeanty guy.
Yeah,
big Ashton Jeanty guy. I will admit.
What happens?
I'll pick any.
What happens if he doesn't get the Heisman? What are you gonna do?
Ooh,
I'll be sad.
That's
I'll curse the Heisman committee and I'll be sad.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I will take any team that has a wrestling program. So Indiana, Penn State, Ohio State, and ASU. I'll take any of those to win.
I think ASU would probably be after Indiana. That would be the next team I would cheer for.
Yeah, they're a little bit of a story.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I do kind of want to take ASU versus Boise State. That would be kind of cool.
That would be sick. Because that would just show all the Big Ten, mainly the SEC haters, bro, or the SEC.
Yeah.
Wieners. Call it, Reese. What are they?
Wiener suckers. Wiener.
Yeah, I saw a clip the other day about I can't remember what coach. It was coach of some program, and he was like,
probably
you have all of these teams, and they're. I think it was. He's like, all of these teams that are in the lead of their conferences, and none of them are the historically, great wrestling or great football programs.
They're like,
none of
these teams would be 500 in the SEC. Shut up.
Texas.
I still don't understand
Well.
how you give Clemson the seed below SMU.
I don't know.
Or no. Sorry, I was confused. I confused myself there for a second. That's not what I was thinking about.
Well, yeah, because Clemson is ranked behind SMU, so that's why they're behind them.
I know. That's not what I was thinking about. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know why Tennessee is so low. I'm like as I think about it, I feel like Tennessee should have probably been the 7.
What are they? The 8?
Who else did they lose to?
They lost to Arkansas.
No,
they're
the 9.
Georgia. Yeah.
Who's got the worst
Arkansas
loss
and
in
Georgia.
here?
Who's got the worst?
It's got to be
loss?
Notre
I
Dame,
don't
right?
know. Oh yeah.
Probably
Notre Dame got beat by Northern Illinois.
Yes.
Probably Notre Dame.
100%.
And so they're a 7 seed, dude. See, that's what I'm saying. Like they should be. I think Notre Dame probably should have been the 9.
Dude,
that's why
and
I'm kind of
They
happy.
have smoked everybody
Tennessee.
though. They smoked them, and they played some good teams.
That's true. You're right. No, you're right. They have smoked them. That's a bad loss.
Yeah.
Who's smoked who?
Notre Dame.
I really don't think Bama would have got. I know they are like, oh, Bama was the next team or whatever, but like, why not Miami? Throw Miami in.
I don't want.
They should be in there anyway.
I don't know. For some reason, I don't want Miami in there.
I like Miami.
I don't really like Miami.
They had that kid who's in his like 7th or 8th year, don't they, or 9th year, whatever it is.
Yeah, he's like a lineman or something. Yeah.
No.
He's an lineman.
I'm thinking of somebody else.
It was
Cam
a
Ward
tight end.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. He's a tight end.
No, he's a QB.
He's.
Yeah. Oh no. It's Cam something then. The tight end for Miami. He used to play for Oregon, and then he transferred to Miami.
Yeah.
See, I liked him too. That was kind of a Cinderella story. That's why I wanted Miami to get in. Not gonna lie.
Miami is if there was one place on earth, or at least in the U.S. that you could say, that's where that's the entrance into hell.
Cam McCormick.
You think so?
Yeah, it's Miami. Just a cesspool of debauchery.
Why not San Francisco?
San Francisco, I guess that's valid. I don't know.
Cam McCormick.
Miami's just a little. Miami's just a little cooler to hate on, I guess. San Francisco, you're just like, eh.
I love Miami.
What are you doing?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Florida. Florida gets a lot of hate. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know. Florida is cool. It's a cool place.
It's a great state.
I like the scenery. It's cool. But
I've only had great experiences in Florida. I'm not gonna lie.
Would you consider Orlando like would you consider that a nice place to live? Hell no. Orlando? No way.
No, but it's a cool place to vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would want to visit Florida, but not live there.
I would live in like
Probably
Brandon.
Good spots.
Yeah.
I mean, Miami would be.
I stayed with Clark Glass. I stayed with Clark Glass one summer for like a week in Brandon, Florida, it's near Tampa Bay. Yeah, so it's kind of cool. It was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, Florida's cool. I'm just hating on Miami because it's full of influencers and YouTubers and shit. Just terrible people.
That's true. Good point.
Terrible.
Awful.
Scum of the earth. Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know about scum of the earth. The scum of the earth is
CEOs of companies and
all the pharma people.
Yeah. Just the worst. Can't be a good person if you come from there.
Pretty much.
Couldn't do it.
Oh my goodness. All
right. Anyway. Let's get into some wrestling, everybody. Welcome back to the Barn Session. We had a big weekend. The biggest regular season event of the year, CKLV, wrapped up yesterday, and there's a lot to dig into here. High level notes. The placement at the end of it: first went to Oklahoma State, second Nebraska, third Ohio State, fourth Virginia Tech, and fifth Iowa State. Oklahoma State nearly doubled second place point wise. They scored 192. Nebraska scored 115. The Cowboys had 2 first
I don't know if
places.
that's. I don't know if you can call that nearly, Sammy.
I mean, it's 38 points away.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's like. It's quite a few points, Sammy.
Okay. All right. They
Wrong
outscored
again, Sammy.
they
Wrong as
outscored Nebraska
usual.
by nearly 80 points. There you go. They had 2 champs, 2 runner-ups, 3 runner-ups, 1, 2, 3 third place finishes, a 4th and a 5th.
Nobody
Yeah.
underperformed. Nobody performed below their seed.
Yeah. This was
Some slow starts, but some great finishes.
slow starts, great finishes. How do you guys want to go about this? You should want to go weight by weight and figure it out from there.
Yeah.
All right. So at 125, you have Matt Ramos beating Eddie Ventresca in the finals, and Troy Spratley taking out Caleb Smith for 3rd place. Brendan McCrone, fifth place, Brendan McCrone, 6th, Maximo Renteria, 7th, Tanner Jordan, and 8th to Marcelo Milani.
Ooh.
Who's that last one?
Marcelo Milani. Where's he from?
Cornell back up.
Oh.
Good for them.
I don't think he's like,
Or
I think he's
or
pretty
is
good.
he going to be the starter?
Yeah, I don't know if this starts to raise the potential of a roster battle at 125 for Cornell. I'm going to say he kind of snuck in a little bit though. He in the blood round he would have wrestled Vince Robinson, but he medically forfeited in the quarters.
Does anyone know what that was about?
I didn't hear anything from anybody. Don't really know what was going on there.
Most likely a legitimate injury, when you compared to a lot of the other ones.
I was wondering if it was that or a weight issue, but I don't know. He doesn't. I guess.
I think he would have finished out the day even if it was a weight issue.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Right.
Because there was one more round for the day.
Didn't they wrestle through the quarters on day 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe if you watch his match in the round of 16 against Dedrick Navarro, maybe you see him tweak something. But I don't think he doesn't take injury time at all. So
NC State,
I don't know.
A lot of injuries.
They got some.
I guess
some holes to plug.
Banged up.
Yeah. Yep. But Mike Ramos looked pretty good throughout this entire tournament. He handedly beat Troy Spratley. Same thing with Ventresca.
Handedly, so it was he kind of controlled the match. I didn't see the match.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't give up any takedowns and just kind of was winning his every position. So probably the guy that you should look at to be the front runner at this weight right now. If we see Figueroa get healthy, that he comes back into the conversation. But if he's not right now, then Matt Ramos is the man. I don't know who can challenge him. Maybe Caleb Smith, because he seems to be kind of the benchmark guy for if you can take down Caleb Smith, then you are a guy who's kind of jumping into that higher tier where you're an All-American contender. If you can't take him down, it's going to be a very close match, but one that could go either way. Like Ventresca won on riding time and ride outs. So yeah, I think that would be an interesting matchup. We'll see it obviously with Smith and Ramos being in the Big Ten. It sucks that we didn't get to see Vince Robinson and Matt Ramos wrestle. I think that would have been the match. I don't know. Do you think that would have been his biggest test? Spratley and Ventresca are obviously really good, but
no, I
guess we need to know more about Robinson.
Not ready to say Vince Robinson can test him any better than those guys.
Right.
Yeah. He's just got that style where it's good at slowing you down.
Yeah, he's tough to he's so tough to finish shots on. He's very tricky, and dangerous. If you get stuffed underneath, you can end up in a lot of trouble there. But so aside from Ramos, it's good to see Ventresca back to form after being injured last year. So I'm happy to see that, and I think there were a lot of question marks around his health and his ability this year, and he's kind of quieted those down with the runner-up performance here. So
Yeah, it's better than ever. Back and better than ever. Jory
yeah, some
Volk
other notes.
is another guy who I think could challenge Ramos, but apparently he's injured,
Really?
or because he would have wrestled in this tournament.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Well, he lost to Oklahoma, right?
He lost to Is that where what's his name is from? Anthony Lorenzo.
Yeah.
But maybe that was an injury
Yeah. So
thing.
maybe. The last note I have on this weight, Nick Treaster kind of was in position to win a match against Tanner Jordan. And for those of you who don't know Nick Treaster, this is a Kansas native, so we like to spotlight them a little bit. But yeah, he looked really good against Tanner Jordan. Just kind of was starting to get outmanned by the end of the match. But if you're able to do that against an All-American level guy, somebody to keep an eye on throughout the year. So all you Kansas people out there, there's your little slice to keep an eye on. So
Yep, just a freshman, right? Just freshman year.
just a freshman. Yeah, he did his
Only a
prep year last
freshman.
year, and probably see him in the lineup. I think they have another good option at 125, so we'll see. 133. Just I don't even know where to begin at this weight. I guess we'll start at the top. Seth Romney kind of comes out of nowhere as the 5 seed, but still not really somebody that people were considering to be the champ. Comes out and wins, takes out Evan Frost in the finals. Nick Bouzakis takes 3rd. Reese Whitcraft at 4th. Tyler Knox 5th. Jacob Van D 6th. Derek Cardinal 7th. And Dylan Ragusin all the way down at 8th. Yeah, so Seth Romney took out Derek Cardinal, Nick Bouzakis, Jacob Van D, and Evan Frost. And yeah, his closest match was Bouzakis, 6'5", match. Other things to note here. Oh, Evan Frost probably should not have been in the finals.
Come on, just give it to him.
Very impressive what he did against Julian Kleibov in the quarters. Kleibov was not pinned.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
Nope. Yep.
But don't get tilts. Don't get taken down and then tilted. When you're up 10-2.
Right. He must have been so tired.
Yeah, and Frost is good
even after he got pinned.
Roll through tilt.
Yeah, even after he got pinned, he was just on the mat. Just you could see him breathing. It's like, oof.
Yeah. Apparently,
I'm glad I'm not him right now.
Did you? I was listening to Bosch today, and I guess they were talking about him being because Willie. I guess Willie is related to him somehow. Kleibov.
Mm-hmm. Is he?
Mm-hmm. And he said he was extremely devastated after that match.
Yeah,
And then
yeah. Then on the backside, Kleibov gets majored 15-6. I'm guessing this was just
sad boy hours.
Maybe some sad boy hours. Yeah. And I kind of want to say the same thing for Ragusin. I just did not. He did not seem like he was ready to go out there and really wrestle.
Front side sad boy hours. Is that what you're saying?
No. After he lost to Van D, when he was wrestling on the backside against Bouzakis and then Cardinal, he just did not look like the Ragusin that is going to go out there and try and contend for a national title. So backside Boozy was out and about, but also backside Whitcraft, who got pinned.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, there it is.
So he had Troy Homan in round 1, gets reversed. He gets reversed, and on the reversal, he is in danger of ending up on his back, but then gets out of that, and then Homan just kind of drives in to lock up a cradle, and pins him with that, sticks him. I think Homan goes on to lose his next 2 matches, but Whitcraft comes all the way out the backside to make it into the third place match where he loses to Buzakis 13-10. That's a fun match. So, yeah. Just a lot of chaos in this
Whitcraft,
bracket.
is he an All-American contender?
Not sure.
I think he can be. I don't want to put him there though. I think he needs
Pull
to
the
do
weight
more.
up.
I'm pulling it up right now. Give me 1 second though.
Wait, so what did you think about? I mean, either you guys have any thoughts about Raguson's match against Van D?
I think we need to keep an eye on. Wow, I didn't realize that Whitcraft is a senior this year. I think we need to keep an eye on Van D throughout the year, because he could be really, really good. But after he beat Ragusin, I was like, okay, Van D's going to win this bracket, and then he loses to Romney, and I'm like, okay, what's going on here? And Romney wins it. I think this weight's kind of in a little bit of chaos. I think we're going to see a lot of cannibalized results throughout the year where there's just a circus. You're just not going to see consistency.
So you're telling me, yes, he has a shot at the podium. He's a contender for the All-American status.
I think I want to say yes to that because, I mean, his only losses are Troy Homan and Nick Buzakis. He took out Case Mauger and Stockton O'Brien in 2 duels earlier this year, and he took out Jacob Van D, Derek Cardinal, and those are some good wins. Obviously, he was in a match, a 13-10 match against Nick Buzakis. So, yeah, I think he can place. Do I want to put him as an All-American contender guy? No, I think if I were to
contend for All-American status.
Okay, no, if I were to I don't think I would put him as a top 8 guy right now. I think I would put him I would see him finishing around a 12 right now.
Bubble boy.
He's a bubble boy.
Who can't he beat that you think can make the top 12?
I don't.
Who can't he beat?
Who can't he beat?
Who?
Or top 8, I mean.
Yeah, let's see. I think there's some that he probably can't beat, like Ryan, or what's his name? Yeah, Crookham. Bailey.
Crookham.
I don't think he beats Bailey.
What do we think about Braden Davis?
Bird's kind of a bad match.
Yeah. Davis, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think he could probably beat Davis. Well, I don't know.
Ayala.
Davis is probably too solid. Whitcraft would.
I don't know if he could beat Ayala.
McGonigal.
The problem with Reese is
I think he could beat McGonigal.
He just makes too many mistakes. He's, I respect the way he wrestles. He's fun to watch.
Now he's got the guy who's helping him clean up those mistakes.
That's true. He could reach his full
He's got
potential.
multiple guys in there. He's got Gilman.
If he
RBY.
If he peaks the way he can and the way he should, yeah, I think you need to. You should be happy as an Oklahoma State fan to have him wrestling 133 at the end of the year. But it's a long season, so got to have things going the right way.
Are we going to see some magic at the end of the year? Are we going to, as one of these Oklahoma State guys that we're not expecting to really do anything, going to do something and surprise us?
Yes.
The stock is up. The stock is definitely up on the Cowboys. I think this was their their proof where they showed up and they showed out. So
did Caleb Fish solidify himself as the 57, or do you think Teague Travis could still compete?
I think, I would have to think that he's.
Uh-oh.
He was even at 57. So I'm kind of surprised that he was behind.
We lost you there, Reese.
We lost you there for a second.
Oh, it's because I was on a different page, probably. I was on some rankings. Anyway, I'm surprised to see him at 57. I'm surprised that he is behind Teague Travis being at 57 because I would think that he's better than Teague Travis.
Well, do you think he is anymore, though?
No. I would have always thought I think he's better than Teague Travis.
Do you think that's my question though, is like, did he solidify it?
100%.
Or do you think there will be more?
I don't think Teague Travis is stomping Paniro Johnson. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I started paying attention to Fish when he was wrestling Saldate in the blood round. He kind of, I don't know if it's like a previous, like last, they used to be teammates, so it was kind of a big brother thing. But he won that. He majored in 13-5. That was a really good look. Majors
Yeah, he
Panera
probably knew
Johnson
how to beat him.
11-0. But the unfortunate thing is Joey Blaze took a little bit of an injury against Ryder Downey, so Fish gets a medical forfeit there, and then Patty Gallagher wins his Conti semi match and then medically forfeits for third. So we don't get to see Fish against those guys, which sucks.
I didn't know. I didn't know if Patty Gallagher forfeited.
I heard a pretty
Yeah,
crazy stat about the forfeits. If you take out the finals, all the final matches, 10 out of 30 placement matches were forfeits.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yep. Now, I think there were some like actual legitimate injuries in there. Feldman, Blaze, some other ones that I can't think of right now. But those,
what happened to
you
Feldman?
Feldman, I think he jacked up his rib or something.
On that high flyer?
That's what I seriously think that's what it was. I think he went for that high flyer and maybe Hendrickson.
He tried to high flyer Wyatt Hendrickson.
His shoulder,
dude, and it
almost got it.
He almost got it.
He put Wyatt on his back, and then Wyatt somehow bounced him off and ended up on top of him.
So when Wyatt came down on him, you think that's when he messed up?
I think his head might have cracked his rib.
Either his head or his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, or shoulder, ribs, shoulder. No,
at one point in time, Wyatt was straight up and down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if maybe Feldman also might have hurt his shoulder. There's something that's not okay with him though, because he was on the mat afterwards, just like
that sucks.
I don't think that's a guy who's like gonna let a little injury affect him a lot. So, but hopefully it's something that he just needs to take some time and he'll be good. So, there's one more thing I wanted to mention about 133, and that is Corey Land, who looked really good up until the point in his quarters match where Corey Land is on top after a takedown. Tyler Knox is trying to stop him from slipping in a boot. He's got the foot, and it's kind of putting pressure on Corey Land's knee. Something goes pop. Probably a situation where refs need to be ready to stop the match.
Were they on their
quickly?
They were on their feet.
No. So he's Land is on top,
yeah,
and he's trying to slip in a boot, and Knox is in his base, but he's got
his foot up,
Corey's foot, and he's got it elevated because he's trying to stop it from going between his legs, and that pressure is just going on the knee, and you visibly see something go pop, and then he has to roll back.
That sucks. I don't know how you would stop that though as an official.
I don't know, because I see that and I think about the same type of pressure, the same thing that happened to Starachi last year, that same type of knee injury. Yeah. It happened to an Indiana kid a couple of years ago too. So I don't know. I think that there needs to be some sort of a addressing of that, because it's been a repetitive situation where pressure injures.
Yeah, all you do is pressure in when the knees are all tangled or the legs are all tangled up. You just pressure into each other. You can have double ACLs blown out if you do it. That would
suck. Maybe we should just not throw boots in so liberally.
But it's not even.
I'm a leg riding hater.
Yeah, it's all sorts of stuff.
There's a lot.
It's all sorts of positions.
I don't know.
I leg ride the shit out of you, Reese.
Shut up. I've never seen you. You refuse to ride like most of the matches I saw in your twilight years.
And then when I did ride, I was a legger.
I didn't know that, I guess.
I would destroy you with the legs.
Well, that's why I hate them.
Yeah. The legs is what got me past my blood round match at JUCO Nationals freshman year. Yeah. Double boots and power half, baby.
And just you're like, I can be here all freaking day. Official's not going to say shit. He's not even going to.
I turned him, Reese. Power halfed him over, you fucking dick. Power half the shit out of him, dude, Mark Perry style.
I remember going to JUCO when you were at Iowa Central, and I was sitting with Saul Ortiz, and he told me openly, he's like, yeah, you can basically you can just get like a chicken wing or a bar or something and just like stay
Sit
parallel,
there.
and just wait for the official to start racking up stall calls on the bottom guy. I was like, I knew it.
Dude, the worst is the Blair ride.
Yeah, I
Because
hate that.
there's little to anything that you can do unless you were just outright way stronger than the guy on top of you. If you're on bottom and somebody's got a Blair ride on you, you're pretty much stuck there.
You're stuck there.
Pretty
Yeah, that's
much.
all Cassiope did. That was so hard to watch.
Thigh pry?
That and the double thigh pry, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, back to the point. It sucks that happened to Corey Land. I was really looking forward to seeing him wrestle through this tournament. I don't know when I became a Corey Land fan. Maybe it's because I live in Alabama now. But
You just want, you just want to see like a guy who was really good in high school have some success, especially when they're out of school, like Northern Iowa.
Yeah, I also just like watching the Panther train roll.
Yeah.
So it's a really fun thing. Okay. Anything else at 133, or we want to move on up to 141?
Move along.
Move it on up. 141 champion here, Jesse Mendez. I think we all said that, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I kind of wanted to
Jesse
pick
Mendez takes
Brock Hardy, but I didn't.
Yeah, Jesse Mendez takes out Tegan Jameson in the finals. Brock Hardy for third. Josh Coderhant for fourth, who we should talk about. Jacob Frost fifth. Sam Latona sixth. Sergio Lemley seventh, and Cale Happel eighth.
What's your
Actually no Ryan? I think Ryan took Happel
to win it.
No, finals. No, Ryan took Happel for the finals. I think.
Also, no, I didn't.
What did you have? Third over? I don't know. You had. I remember you saying something about Cale Happel.
I had Mendez. Oh, I did have Happel in the finals, right? I thought I had Jameson over Hardy. I thought I picked Mendez, Jameson, Happel, Hardy, but I had Mendez, Happel, Jameson, Hardy. That's what I had.
There you go. Okay.
Because remember, I almost went with Yasagiri for fourth and Hardy at third, and then I remembered Jameson was in there, and I was like, Jameson third.
And you're like, David Taylor. Yeah.
Was I wrong?
No.
Was I wrong? No. In fact, I should have had him higher.
You look so crazy. I can't see your mouth at all, bro. It's just black.
It is. It's just
because of that beard, baby.
Beard and great lighting. Yeah, Jesse Mendez looked really good. The match where, if you're a Jesse Mendez fan and you're a little scared, is his semis against Josh Coderhant, who Willie Saylor mentioned it before. I mean, he mentioned it, I think, in his preseason
in an
article. Like, this is a guy that people need to pay attention to, and he mentioned it for the CKLV, and I think people will pay attention now. He took out Sergio Lemley in the quarters 2-1, and then had an 8-6 match with Jesse Mendez. Yeah, I mean, this guy.
What do you think you think he'll be able to beat? You think he'll be able to crack into like the top 3 or 4? I don't think so.
I don't know. It's a good question. Well, okay, I have to. I think his match against Brock Hardy. Yeah, he got pinned in 41 seconds by Brock Hardy. So I think he's a guy that people need to pay attention to, keep an eye on.
His match in the quarters against Sergio, that is one match I did watch, and extremely frustrating to watch. This happened a few times. I watched like guys in the ultimate tiebreakers or the ride outs. Dude, one guy would get the ride out in the first 30 seconds. The other guy would pick neutral and try to get a takedown. Take like one attack, one shot, and then just like Sergio literally took a shot in like he took like maybe 15 fakes and like 1 or 2 shots out of all those fakes, and Coderhant literally did not bite on a single fake. And I'm just like, dude, I don't know. It's just hard to watch.
Something. Yeah.
And Panera Johnson did the same thing against who did he lose to? Patty Gallagher. He literally took one shot, and then he was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna try to push him out of bounds for a stall point.
That's
crazy.
I mean, that is not a fun position to be in. I think we should change our overtime rules.
I think
to
guys
something.
should just stop being so afraid of like attacking, dude. What do you got? Nothing to lose.
They've got everything to lose.
Well, they're already
There's
losing.
something to lose. Yeah.
Reese, it's incredibly like it's almost easier to score off a re-attack than it is to score off an initial attack.
I know. It 100% is. I know that.
100%.
Okay, well then there you go. There, that answers everything for you right there.
Whether they
When you have to score.
take you down or not, you are losing. So you might as well
yeah.
commit. Otherwise, you
Throw
are
the
going
whole sink.
you are going to lose, sir. A fake is not going to get you what you need, especially after the first 3 fakes. The first 3, if he doesn't bite on the first 3 fakes, then start shooting.
Yeah.
Or something.
It's yeah. It's that drill where you're partner A and you're down by 1 and you got 30 seconds in a lab go and you got to score. That's just got to figure it out.
What are you gonna do? You gonna fake?
What it's gonna look
you gonna
like.
hit a bunch of fakes? You gonna try to push the guy around? No.
You're gonna throw everything you got at him.
You're gonna give it
at
all
that
you
point
got.
in the match, you don't have a whole lot left.
You gotta channel your inner Iranian. Those guys.
Honestly, we should just do unlimited on your feet overtime. Whoever scores first wins.
I mean, I'm cool with that. It just wouldn't work very well in a tournament format, would it?
No, it would mess up timing on stuff.
It would destroy timing on stuff. What are you kidding? You would never see wrestling on TV ever again. Period. I'm
Except
serious.
for the Olympics.
Okay. Well, you know what I mean, though.
What
NCAA
about
wrestling
criteria?
ceased to exist.
Did we just get rid of overtime and make it criteria?
Give him that tier.
No.
Yeah.
I also disapprove of criteria.
I like OT. I think that we could find a happy medium.
I don't know what that means.
I think you could tweak the rules in overtime to make them better. And I think criteria, because I don't think criteria is perfect, is what I'm trying to say. I think something like last point scored. I think that's a stupid tiebreaker.
Right, because criteria then at that point for folk style wrestling would just be who gets. It's a coin flip, who gets to pick what when. Yeah. Okay, we'll figure out the rules later. We'll get that sorted out, and we'll let everybody know what we're gonna make the rules be moving forward. Sam Latona had some highs and lows here. I think, dude, do you guys know how tall he is?
He looked really big against Jesse Mendez.
He's like your height, Sammy.
No
he might be taller than me, dude.
You think he's as tall as you, Sammy?
Dude, he's so long.
Yeah, but man, I would guess he's like maybe an inch taller than me.
How did he ever wrestle 125?
I don't know. His height is probably on Virginia Tech's.
No, he's definitely gotten taller since he's gotten to college.
Yeah,
like he's still growing for sure.
Growing boy.
His height. Is it on here? No.
Nah, bummer.
No, they just have the weight. He wrestles 141. He's a physical freak. Yeah, he looked good.
Did you just look up Sam Latona to see if maybe Google knows it?
Yeah.
Sam Latona height.
Do it.
I mean, sometimes.
Latona height. Nope. Nothing.
You gave up too fast.
Okay, I'm sorry. On the 2024 men's soccer roster at Cornell University, Sam Latona is 5'8", 175. So
that could be our guy.
Run with that. Jacob Frost, another person who I think impressed a good number of people, unseeded, coming out and taking.
So how did Sam Latona do? I didn't.
Sam Latona, he finished out at 6th. He
got beat by Frost. Jacob Frost.
Oh.
Well, he medically forfeited, but
it's a loss.
Yeah, no, it's a loss. It's a loss, but we're not happy about forfeits in medal matches.
Actually, it's not a loss.
It's a loss in our hearts.
It is a loss. The first one's a loss.
Huh?
The first medical forfeit is a loss.
Does that count at regular season tournaments, or is that only at open or only at conferences?
I thought it was just it counts as a loss on your record.
Well, now I have to look and see.
That's what I heard this morning.
See, that's okay. Because what I'm confused. I'm just confused because like, how does it work for duels then? You know what I mean?
How does it?
Like,
Yeah, because it doesn't really, right?
yeah.
I
See what
don't
I'm
know. That's a
saying?
weird one. Yeah.
But
Does everyone on your roster that's out of that weight get a loss? You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, duels, they really and truly don't matter.
I know,
Yeah,
but
which
if you did
sucks.
it that way, do you think it would matter then?
A little bit more. It definitely would a little more.
All right,
In
let's.
duels, your wins and losses in duels count for everyone in that weight class. So if you win in a duel, everybody shares the win, and they also
Yeah,
share the
yeah, yeah.
loss.
I talked about this idea where like you aren't looking at your record as an individual. You are looking at it as that school's weight class
Oh,
representation. So it's a cumulative of all of the varsity matches that happen at that weight class for that team. Um,
I don't know about all that.
but it's not a great idea, but it's
See, you've complicated it. I've made it simple.
why did I complicate it?
I don't know, but I did. I've made it simple.
Okay,
It
sure.
is. It's yeah, whatever.
Let's move on and move up to 149, where we got the Hitman taking out everybody. Caleb Henson wins. He beats Ridge Lovett in the finals. Jaden Abbas takes third. Anthony Echemendia takes fourth. Carter Young fifth. Sammy Alvarez sixth. Colin Realbuto seventh, and Ethan Fernandez eighth. Looks like the number one guy at the weight. He did the thing. He took down Ridge Lovett twice.
What was the score?
6-3. So at the end of the first period, Caleb Henson gets a takedown, and Ridge Lovett basically immediately gets a reversal. So it's 3-2 after the first. Ridge Lovett takes bottom. Caleb Henson picks neutral. It's 3-3 in the third. Henson gets the takedown.
Yeah,
And
it seems like he's
on
gotten
top
better.
of this, on top of all this, Echemendia should have beaten Ridge Lovett.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about should have.
Why should have?
Okay, all right.
So he gets that takedown and then cuts him like his coaches were telling him to do. What's the score?
Yep.
6-2? 6-3.
The score is 6-3.
Okay. So Ridge is one takedown away from tying it up.
Yeah, I'm leaning Echemendia on the takedown game there.
I'm just saying.
But it's brutal to get reversed and then stuck on your back for the remainder of the period.
He didn't really even have a chance to cut him. Did he?
No. I guess you're right, because it was like
Ridge reached for his leg and just
it was like almost like a Metzger.
Immediately grabbed his leg and was like, "I'm not letting go of this until I get on top of you."
You don't really know how to wrestle folk style. You didn't know I could just do this.
Yeah, I mean, look, the person I was worried about the most for Echemendia to be able to beat was Ridge Lovett at this top tier of people, and he showed that after that match, I think Echemendia can beat Ridge Lovett. So I'm ready to say that he is a person who can pull off upsets over guys at that tier.
I think I would.
Too bad you won't ever see it again.
Oh, because he's going 41.
Dude,
keep him at 49. I like him at 49. It's so much better.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, and it just makes the weight more fun.
Yeah.
I want to see him against Henson. I feel like he would be my.
But they need Pinheiro at 49 and Chittum at 57.
Yeah, well, they're not getting not getting a trophy.
They're stronger. They're stronger that way.
Chittum wrestled and lost at Cleveland State. Who beat him?
I don't think they're getting a trophy this year, even with their optimized lineup.
No. He lost to Brandon Cannon 10-6. Yikes. I think the
Brandon Cannon is good.
Is that a Las Nevada guy?
Nope. Colorado.
Oh yeah.
He's solid, but dude, I don't know. I think Iowa State should rock with the lineup that they have right now. Because Jacob Frost showed that he's solid at 141 too. Right?
Yeah.
So I think Iowa State should stick with what they have.
Yeah, stop trying to make it work and just do what make.
Quit trying to tell Dresser what to do.
Sorry.
Don't make it work and work with what you got, Dresser.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. What Sammy just said.
Yeah. What else to talk about?
All right. There he goes.
We've lost him. He's gone. Anything else of note at this weight from the brothers?
Not really.
Nope.
We said Sammy Alvarez impressed, right?
Yeah.
Colin Real Budo, yeah, not bad. Northern Iowa's gonna have a good squad this year.
Northern Iowa is always tough.
I know. You're right. All right, 157. The champ, Ontrell Taylor, takes out Ryder Downey in the finals. Caleb Fish third, Patty Gallagher fourth, Jared Hill fifth, Joey Blaze sixth, Pinheiro Johnson seventh, and Rafael Hippolito eighth place.
Now, tell me this. Riddle me this. How the F did Ryder Downey not get back points on that roll through tail? At least 2, probably 3.
Okay, yeah. So I agree. He probably had near fall on Ontrell Taylor. I think
not probably 100% 2 had near fall 2 points, maybe even 3.
Yep. Yeah, you're probably right. Especially with the fact that immediately after that he gets reversed and they give Ontrell near fall.
Yeah, and he was on his back for like literally just as long,
maybe even less time.
Less time.
Yeah.
And then they reviewed it and still decided it was like that's the. Dude. You gotta have someone in there to review. You can't have people reviewing their own calls. If you're gonna have people reviewing their own calls, don't even have the review.
Right. Just yeah. Yeah. That Downey has a case to be the champ there. Especially, did you guys see his semi match against Joey Blaze?
Downey?
Yes.
I did not.
Dude, it's so much fun to watch those two scramble. It was, I think they spent the last minute and a half of regulation holding onto each other's ankles and
you like that?
Rolling across every square foot of the mat.
Some people
basically
hate that, but I like it.
Well, there was a change of who is about to score like 4 or 5 times, and then the way that it finishes out is Ryder Downey gets a ball and chain tilt and rolls through to get the takedown.
I ended up in a ball and chain tilt one time in a scramble. I had no idea what happened.
That's the fun thing about it. You're like, how did we end up here? That was a lot of fun. Joey Blaze looks really good, which I hate to admit, but I hope he gets healthy and can continue to compete at this weight for the rest of the year. Chase Saldate, him and Peyton Keller both losing the quarters, and then Saldate got majored in the blood round by his old teammate Caleb Fish, and Peyton Keller gets majored by Rafael Hippolito 12-4, dude. That's oof.
Who does? Oh, Keller.
Keller, yeah. Which we know Hippolito is going to be good, but that's a tough one there. Pinheiro Johnson had a really tough one in the blood round with Chalakian from Stanford, which that I think that bodes well for Stanford. They're going to have they're not really worried about, is Chalakian going to be able to wrestle at this weight while Cardenas is redshirting. I think it's pretty obvious. I think he can. So then again though, he was getting smashed. He was down 13-0 to Jimmy Harrington, picked neutral in the third period, pinned him.
Really?
Wow.
And what did he do?
How?
I don't know. I didn't see it, but I'm just looking at the scoreboard right now.
Who was Jimmy Hendrickson?
Harrington.
Oh.
This is the Harvard kid. He beat Ed Scott earlier
Jimmy
this
Hendricks.
year. Jimi Hendrix? Who is this Jimi Hendrix? Why does he have a guitar in his hand? I cannot load the match right now, but I mean, he's a Greco guy, so he got some upper body tie and put him on his head and pinned him. This was a fun weight. I think we I think Oklahoma State has their guy at 157. I think Patty Gallagher looks really good. This is the first time that we've seen that promise that we saw at the high school level. Didn't really feel like he had shown what he's really capable of in college until really this weekend, is what I think. So that's good for Ohio State. But at the end of the day, Antrell Taylor came out on top in this tournament. Controversy or not, he's a champ. So
Take it home, Trelly.
take it home. Back to the house. All right, 165. Couple of things to talk about here. We'll start with placements. Peyton Hall, champ. Cameron Amin, second. Terrell Barrowclaw, third. Bubba Wilson, fourth. Drake Rhodes, fifth. Hunter Garvin, sixth. Brock Mantanona, seventh. Kyle Mosher, eighth. From Hofstra. Hofstra getting a placer, putting somebody on the podium. It's a good look.
Good looks.
That, yes. That.
What was that?
Dude, I don't even know where to begin here.
I want to begin with saying Sammy Sasso, not a 165 pounder.
He's not. You're right. That's a. I mean, all right.
So can he not beat Patty at 57 then?
Dude, gosh, it would be hard to believe that he couldn't beat Patty Gallagher, but maybe.
Well, I'm just saying, dude. I just feel like Sammy's a kind of guy. Like once you figure him out, you're gonna beat him.
That's
unless he
crazy
decides to change.
It's a crazy
Why?
thing to say. Why? Because I've seen him beat guys consistently, and it feels like he figures guys out better than the other way around.
Yeah, but come on, coming off a major injury, like he's coming off of, and then like he's just not going to be the same guy anymore.
Well, maybe someday.
Not at 165.
Probably not at 165.
No, he's small for 165. I don't know if there's any complications with him cutting weight. If that poses a problem for him.
I just think about,
but also
what Jesse Mendez said when I watched an interview of his where he was like, yeah, when I first got to Ohio State, it took me like a month to take down Logan Stieber, and I never took down Sammy Sasso in my first season. And that just made me, I don't know. I was just like, damn, he's really that good. He's that guy.
Yeah,
well,
but
I think if I'm Sammy Sasso at 140, like at that time, like I'm never getting taken down by anybody.
Yeah.
This is a different situation just because you're coming up against guys, especially if you're giving up a little bit of weight. You're coming up with guys who are just going to be able to hoss through positions.
Yeah, he just did not look strong enough.
And I mean, dude, he had some complications with his nerves, didn't he? After he got shot, like he's just not going to be the same.
Well, you know what, Ryan? You sound like a freaking, like one of those doctors, like one of those freaking medical scientists who are like, I'm repeating
what I've read online.
He'll never be the same. He'll never walk again.
That's literally what people are saying. That like he's gonna be able to compete again, but he's just not gonna be the same guy.
You don't believe? Well, Jesse Mendez said he was back to 100%. So
okay,
that's a teammate. That's a teammate having faith.
Well, then who are these guys that you're?
Did he look like he was back to 100%, Reese?
Well, he's just
I don't know. People things you see on Twitter after the accident happened, and then you are keeping up with it more and more, and they're telling you about all the complications that are with it. And I mean, he was struggling to walk for a while, right?
Yes, Ryan, but have some faith, dude. He went from struggling to walk to wrestling. He's wrestling competitively.
I know. But it was only like 2 years ago that it happened.
So give him some time. Give him a little more time. He's got more time.
He's got a couple of months, Reese. Come on.
I think we can see an improvement. Yes. Is it going to be a remarkable improvement where he goes from where he's at right now to a title contender, which is what he was before he got shot? Probably not.
I think if he goes 57, he's immediately an All-American like contender.
Yes, 57's not as deep as 65.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't
Yeah.
think it's 65. I
Yeah.
don't think even if he was at 100%, like 165 is too big for him.
I think, yeah. So
If he was at
it's
100%, he's definitely an All-American contender at 165.
Yeah, maybe. But he's
100.
still
100% of
100%.
he's still too
pre-shot
small.
100%.
He's still too small for 165 is my point.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, I mean, Bubba Wilson, right? So this is in the quarters, Sammy Sasser lost to Bubba Wilson, right? Bubba Wilson last year was a 74 pounder.
Yeah, he looked
He's
giant.
probably way stronger than most of the people that Sammy Sasso has wrestled, right? So that difference is not going to be an easy thing to adjust to, and maybe you can navigate situations.
I mean,
and
that was a one
handle that
takedown
strength.
match too.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it was also a match where Bubba figured out, he's like, oh, this is how, like, he's going to let me get to his leg. I just need to get to my finish quicker.
At the very end of the match,
and then I'll be able.
He got the takedown.
Yeah. Okay, that's being tactical as well.
I
What's
know,
wrong with that?
you're saying like he can't, like Sammy can't, like Sammy couldn't win that match.
I'm saying it's going to be easier for guys to figure Sammy out.
Okay.
That is what I've been saying since we started this whole debate.
I get what you're saying.
That is what I said at the very beginning.
I disagree.
Well, I just proved. I mean, Bubba Wilson proved it.
I don't know. Not really. He just he got the takedown at the end of the match. That, I mean, it doesn't prove that he figured
Caleb
it out.
Henson proved it when he was still at 49. How about that?
Against who?
Sammy Sasso.
Caleb Henson?
Sammy Sasso.
Caleb Henson beat Sammy Sasso?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh, they did wrestle each other. I forgot that they wrestled each other.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because he figured it out. He's like, oh, Sammy's just going to let me keep getting to his legs? All right, well, I just got to finish quicker.
All right, well, I'm sure there's
I'm going to say that's easier said than done.
Examples of the opposite, too.
So another match to bring up for Sammy Sasso is his match against Terrell Barraclaw, who won 5-0. Rode him out, got away, took him down. I think if Sammy Sasso wants a chance to perform his best, it's not going to be at 165. I think he'll figure some things out and he'll improve if he continues to wrestle 165. But he will not be a guy who you can guarantee places on the podium. He will not be a guy that is an All-American or as a title contender. He's probably a round of 12. Maybe he slips in as an All-American. That's where he's at right now. But also the thing to note is the two people that he lost to at this in this tournament took third and fourth. So, take both of those facts for what you will.
I do believe also though, Reese, that you said that you thought Sammy Sasso might be able to wrestle with Mitchell Westenberg.
I did. Then I saw how small he was compared to Bubba Wilson.
Okay. I was just asking. I was going to ask.
I just didn't.
My follow-up question was going to be if you still felt that way.
No, I was more
how you felt now.
I was more hopeful that he was like at the right size for 165. I don't know. He didn't look like it, at least.
I am interested though. I still am interested in that matchup because that's a guy who has a high volume of offensive output, so he shoots a lot, right? So he'll probably figure some things out, but it wouldn't surprise me if Sammy Sasso also figures some things out because Mitchell Mesenbrink is not a massive 65 pounder, and I don't think he's crazy strong either. So I'm interested. And maybe it is a blowout, but it's still
that gas tank will be issues for Sammy.
Probably.
As it is issues for many people. That gas tank is an issue for a guy like Mikey Caliendo. That gas tank's going to be an issue for Sammy Sasso.
You're probably right. Okay, back to the bracket. I mentioned Terrell Barraclaw. He's the new backside warrior after last year's backside boozy. He lost round 1 to Jack Thompson. It was a 10-5 decision. It was a super strange match. Just Jack Thompson took him down 3 times and didn't make it seem like it was a one-off thing. After that, Barraclaw runs to the backside, takes third. Jack Thompson loses in the blood round to Mantanona. This was kind of a weird bracket the way it ended up playing out because the blood round on the top side was Kyle Mosher getting a medical forfeit over MJ Gaitan and the Drake Rhodes beating Nico Ruiz. And I don't think many people, if any, have Drake Rhodes on their radar at all. What school does he wrestle for?
He used to
Well,
be.
he was at Iowa
Yeah.
before he was at SDSU.
Yeah. I mean,
He wrestled in a couple of duels for Iowa.
yeah. He ends up
He's
getting up
scrappy.
to the Conti semis. He's scrappy.
I figured he was
Um,
related to Patrick Rhodes. Is there any relation there?
I have no idea.
No. Where's he from? Drake
idea.
Rhodes.
I have no
Montana.
idea.
Oh, well.
There you go. He beat. I think I'm gonna say his best win is probably Hunter Garvin. It's a pretty good win for the weekend. Yeah, and let's not forget to mention the fact Peyton Hall looked pretty good. I don't think any of
Peyton
us
Hall
even
looked
thought
amazing.
about. Yeah. Cam Amin, I think Cam Amin had a sort of a return to form, and his form, unfortunately, is this very stingy wrestler. It was very frustrating watching him and Bubba Wilson wrestle. Bubba Wilson's a Kansas kid. We always like to cheer him on. And he was in position to score on takedowns a couple of times. One time it was at the end of the period, and the rest of the times Cam Amin either fought it off or found ways to counter it, and it was just good for the Oklahoma State and the Cowboys to have that in 165, but man, Bubba Wilson could win that match. So, 174. This, I think, had a handful of surprises as well, but I don't think it's much of a surprise for us to say Dean Hamady comes out on top in this bracket. He takes out Lorenzo Norman in the finals, Garrett Thompson at third, Simon Ruiz at fourth, Brevin Casella fifth, Danny Wask sixth, Jared Sima seventh, and Cade DeVos at eighth. Yeah, I think that eighth place finish is the one that probably is going to put most people
Who was it?
on their heels.
Cade
DeVos.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Jared
he lost
Sima
in the
had
quarters.
some great wins this weekend. Shout out Jared Sima.
Another Kansas kid. Shout out Jared Sima. Yeah, he did. So he lost to Garrett Thompson, and so when that match happened, it was an 8-1 shutout.
That's
I
not a
was like,
shutout.
oh man, no, but I mean, offensively, it was. And so that put Thompson on the radar for me because I remember him having some results last year, but I was like, okay, this is promising. It takes out DeVos 10-7, loses to Lorenzo Norman in a 10-6 match. That I think that one could go either way. But I mentioned this, and he was a 4 seed coming into the bracket. But Lorenzo Norman's going to be a guy to pay attention to. I think he's offensively somebody who can take down the top level guys. That's going to be O'Toole and Haynes and Hamady, but he's going to need to be able to figure out how to reduce his opponent's offense. So, but yeah, Dean Hamady looked pretty much unstoppable. I mean, the finals was a 4-3 match. But
what happened there?
I don't know.
Hey Reese, did you pick Lorenzo Norman to make the finals? Sammy,
I didn't pick any
you did.
finals.
Who picked him? Who picked Lorenzo Norman to make the finals?
I don't know if I said who my finalist was going to be, but I mean, I mentioned like watch out for Lorenzo Norman. Okay, you have the receipts, so like you could take credit for it.
Neither of you guys picked him. I did. In fact, one of you, I don't remember which one, but one of you called me crazy. I feel like it was Sammy, but I'm not sure.
No, I have been saying this whole time about how I was like, this was one of the guys that I wanted to pay attention to this weekend.
Maybe it was then. Maybe it was you, Reese. Maybe you did tell me I was crazy for picking. One of you judged me for picking Norman to make the finals, and then I was like, "How is that a bad pick? He beat Shane Griffin last year."
I'll go back and I'll listen to it. I will.
Griffin. Yeah, I don't know. He's good. So the finals played out. Norman got the takedown. He got the opening takedown, but he got reversed at the end of the period, gave up an escape, and then got ridden out in the third period.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. So, other things to think about. Yes, let's go to the backside here. We were talking about Jared Sima. He takes out Lenny Pinto in the blood round, 14-8. Yeah, Pinto didn't even place in this bracket. I don't know how I'm feeling about him down at 74 anymore.
Yeah, I had Pinto placing third.
Right. Brevin Casella takes out Jared Sima in the Consi 4. Wask takes out DeVos 11-7, and then let me see. Yeah, Jared Sima took out DeVos 11-9 for 7th place. That's a great match. If you want to go back and look at some film, probably going to see a lot of great wrestling there. Simon Ruiz, as a freshman, came out here and took 4th for Cornell. That was their best result of the weekend, and looked pretty good in all of his matches. He got hammered by Hamity, but I think he's in that range where he can find himself on the podium at the end of the year. But gonna have to figure some things out, make some adjustments.
I think
Anything else here?
Pinto is good evidence for the fact that just because you move down a weight does not mean you are going to have more success, and vice versa.
Well, you definitely you see more success going one way than the other, for sure.
Going up a weight.
For sure.
Yeah. Which are a lot of people, I feel like, ding guys will say guys aren't proven when they go up versus when they go down, and they're like, "Oh, are we going to see this guy have more success because he's bigger than the guys he's wrestling?"
I think in the 90s and early 2000s, and maybe even like up to about 2010, 11, 12-ish, that, it was probably statistically you're more successful to move down than it was to go up, but that has just changed. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Because, I don't know, the sport changes, right? Obviously. So I think people started figuring out that, like, hey, I don't necessarily have to cut weight to be stronger. I can just lift to be stronger.
Yeah, and I think you get
cutting weight doesn't always equal more strength either. In fact, it takes away muscle sometimes.
Yeah. Especially if you do it the wrong way, and a lot of people are going to be prone to doing it the wrong way because it's hard to do it the right way. That's about it at this weight for me. Matt Singleton looked pretty good, but did not quite make it onto the top 8. Lost in the blood round to DeVos. So, bump it up to 184, where we have the man himself, Parker Keckeisen, taking out Dustin Plott in the finals 8-3. Bennett Berge takes 3rd. Seth Shoemate at 4th. Isaac Dean at 5th. Evan Bachman at 6th. Dennis Rodman at 7th. 8th is Jaden Bullock. So this was one of the easier champs to put down on paper. Parker Keckeisen. He's navigated this field before, and he did it pretty much in the same fashion this year.
Flawlessly.
Some people to pay attention to, though. Isaac Dean took out Bennett Berge 4-3, and then held Plott to a 2-0 match. He's going to be pretty good for
Ryder.
Yep. Ryder's got him and Alvarez. Dude. And then they almost had AJ Ferrari. That would have been a sneaky good team. But yeah, Seth Shoemate also rounding into form for Ohio State, because this is his 3rd year in college, right?
Shoemate.
Right?
I don't know. He's like Haas's age, right? So he should be.
It's not
older than
Seth
that.
It's Shoemate. I was kidding.
Shoemate this is his 3rd year. Oh. He was a redshirt in 23, redshirt freshman last year. He's a sophomore this year. 6-3 so far. Got majored by Michael Beard.
Yeah, I think he was a year younger than Kyle Haas, Reese.
Makes sense.
Or at least a grade.
Yeah. Dude, he tech falled Isaac Dean earlier this year. Or no, not earlier this year. At this tournament. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, his losses are Berge, Keckeisen, and Beard. So solid losses, solid wins. He'll be fun for the Buckeyes this year. I thought so. Is Rogatsky redshirting?
Must be.
Isn't he 84?
Maybe he's hurt.
Let's see here. See if I can find anything. No, I mean, WrestleStat still has him listed as the starter, so I don't know. We'll see. He's only wrestled one match this year. We'll have to pay attention to
He's
that.
probably banged up.
Probably a little bit. Dennis Rodman for West Virginia.
Dennis
Had
Rodman?
Dennis Rodman. Pretty good for him to be able to come out in place, and taking out Jaden Bullock for 7th. It's a good win. Good for them. Okay. Anything else here?
97. Let's see it. Let's hit it.
97. Dude, oh my gosh. 97. Jacob Cardenas ran through the field. This was a
The
this was a
bracket fell
bloodbath.
apart kind of too.
A little bit for sure, but I mean, dude. All right,
What's going on here? What's happening here with Jacob Cardenas?
We'll talk about it. Cardenas takes first. He takes out Evan Bates in the finals. Luke Serber took 3rd. Joey Novak took 4th. Andy Smith and Trey Munoz double forfeited at 5th and 6th. Wyatt Volker at 7th, and Christian Carroll all the way down to 8th.
So is Andy Smith the guy then? Is it not going to be Sonny?
I don't think it's gonna be Sasso.
This is like Andy's best like year so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Sasso had a pretty good start to the season too.
Yeah, I don't think it's determined yet. We'll see. We'll see what happens as we go forward. So yeah, Sasso's undefeated. As a matter of fact, he's pinned.
One of them needs to come down and relieve TJ Stewart of his duties, because TJ is wrestling and
did he wrestle?
It's sad. Yeah, he went 0-2. It saddens me.
No.
Damn.
Yeah, he did. He went 0-2, and it saddens me because I drafted him on my fantasy team last NCAA's, and he did really well for me. And I was hoping, to maybe
To
get him back on my team this year, but not now. Not after this.
Dude, he lost to Ulan Hop of UTV of Utah Valley, and then he got majored 10-0 by Dashley Lamer. Dashel.
Oh my
Dasher.
goodness.
What? He's
Have you never seen The Incredibles?
Yeah, bro. You never seen The Incredibles?
Oh,
bro?
yeah, I never thought about that. Dash Lamer. There you go. I didn't think about that, honestly.
Well, that's Dash's full name is Dashel.
Because now I'm imagining mom saying that.
What were their last
Just
names?
like that too.
What were their last name?
Wasn't it?
Was it
Incredible?
Was it Incredible?
Yeah, it was incredible.
That doesn't seem very.
It was God, what was it? It was Bob.
Credible.
Oh, that's what it was. Credible.
Par.
Violet,
Par.
Thank you. Par. That's what it was. Violet
Par.
Par. Yep.
Yeah, dude. TJ Stewart.
He's having a rough
A
year.
little sophomore slump.
A little bit of a Ventresca start to his sophomore year.
Yeah. And you know what? If it is the case where he needs to take the year off and be redshirted or whatever, get it done. Get it done now.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah. Okay. Back to you can medically redshirt. We can cave his kneecap in.
Don't they have that Fisher dude? Isn't he there still, or no? Sam
I
Fisher.
think he graduated.
I thought he got hurt, and then I thought maybe he took a medical or something. Maybe not.
Maybe. I don't know.
Sam Fisher is at 184. Yeah, he's a senior, 5-3 so far this year. He has losses to.
It's not much better.
Colin Fegley, James Brown, and Dylan Newsom. I don't know any of these kids.
Nope. Bring Sonny or Andy down to 84.
Dude, I don't think you can do that though, because they're both big.
They're both humongous.
They're tall. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I think you're just out of luck. Okay, back up to 197. Anyway, Jacob Cardenas. So he gets tech fall in the first minute and a half, tech fall in 4 minutes, and then so he's got Christian Carroll in the quarters, and it's like, okay, here's your first test. Text him in 2.5 minutes.
Broke him.
Majors Andy Smith 12-0, and then pins Evan Bates in the finals in a cross-wrist tilt.
In a tilt.
So he's mastered the tilt fully. He's grandmaster.
Dude, have you seen his arms?
That's all he hit. That's literally all he hit.
Yeah. Oh, so he got diverse with his leg attacks. He had an ankle pick on Christian Carroll. I've never seen him hit an ankle pick ever. I've only ever seen the blast double. But if you've seen his arms, I don't know how anybody would ever get their wrist back once he grabs it. I mean, he's scary. He's scary looking, and he must be scary
He is
strong.
scary looking. He is very well.
Well, let's see him bump up and wrestle Wyatt Hendrickson. Give me that Super 32 rematch that I've always wanted.
He wrestled in Super 32.
Yes, and
finals.
Cardenas got quite the lead, and then Hendrickson started chipping away and coming back,
Yeah,
and
he almost beat him.
couldn't get there. Yeah. Yep. Some people to think about it this way. Zach Glazier couldn't get the job done. Couldn't
The
make it to the
move
podium.
from Iowa to SDSU has not been great for Glazier like it has been for Drake Rhodes.
No,
Seabrook doesn't seem to be doing very well either.
Or
dude,
Seabrook, yes.
Seabrook, who did he lose to on the backside? I was surprised.
Can't kick that gambling addiction, I don't think.
No, he medically forfeited.
Weak man.
Never mind. You guys are the worst. It's just brutal. God, who did he? Yeah, Saldate pinned him on the front side. Then he medically forfeited after that. He said, "I'm in Vegas. I'm gonna go spend my time where I want to."
See, he joined right in with us. He judged us, Reese, and then he joined right in with us.
Well, when it's there.
All right. Heavyweight.
Nick Stemmet also didn't place. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at these backside results. And then we had our medical forfeits. Serber.
Stemmet, who did he get beat by in the blood round?
Blood round was to Luke Serber.
Yeah.
So
But he lost to like someone not that good on the front side. Or at least not.
It was to Joey Novak, who took fourth.
Yeah, Joey's tough. So he lost to the guys who took third and fourth?
Yeah.
I mean, do we think Nick Stemmet is that good?
No, he's not that good, but he
could place.
He's a round of 12 guy.
He could
sneak in.
I don't think so.
97.
He could sneak.
I would not
into the blood round.
I would
at 97.
not lump him in with the rest of the 97 contenders, with the rest of the 20 other 97 guys.
We've seen worse guys sneak in there. I'm just saying.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But 9 through 12 at 197 is Trey Munoz, Luke Geog, Andy Smith, and Luke Serber.
You don't think he could beat a guy like Luke Geog?
Maybe, but then also, okay, so the rest, after that, it's Zach Bronigal, John Poznansky, Max Stout, Wyatt Volker, Joey Novak, Luke Stout, Levi Hopkins, Christian Carroll, and then Nick Stemmet. That's a lot to overcome.
I'm just saying, you just never know what happens.
He could do it. And that's the thing is, you never know what happens.
I would place a wager with either one of you right now that Nick Stemmet is not AA.
I'm not calling it. I'm not calling it.
Okay.
I'm with you on him not AAing. I was saying that he would sneak into the round of 12.
I'm telling you now, I know that he will not AA.
There's certain guys that I'm like, oh, they'll qualify. I'm like, oh, they'll qualify, go 1 and 2, probably 0 and 2. But like, Stemmet is a guy I'm like, I could see him probably doing that, or I could see him, maybe even sneaking into the.
I've never seen. He's given no indication that he can do that.
Well,
he's just really funny. That's his.
It's happened in the past.
He's just kind of funny. He says funny stuff.
Anyways,
okay,
heavyweight.
Let's get up to heavyweight. All right, Wyatt Hendrickson wins this weight, takes out Isaac Trumbull in the finals. Colton Schultz at third, Jimmy Mullen fourth, David Maurer at fifth, Nick Feldman sixth, Lance Runyon seventh, and Harley Andrews at eighth.
That's Brett Maurer.
David in parentheses Brett Maurer.
Brett Maurer, NJCAA champ for Iowa Western at 197.
He's tough. He placed.
He's good.
Took fifth. Wyatt Hendrickson, I think he pinned and teched his way through this bracket.
Yes.
Not really. Yes, and including and not including Nick Feldman, who had to injury default because of something.
Man,
serious.
you watch him, and it really does. It really gives you hope. It gives me hope.
Dude.
It gives me real hope.
Me hope. But
I'll always have hope. I'll have faith. I'll believe.
I think he looks better.
Are you gonna
I think he
follow?
looks.
Is there more to say to that sentence, Ryan?
I
There
think
is. You have more to say. I can tell.
I just don't know if it's gonna happen, man. I want it to happen so bad. I want it to happen so bad. Ah, but the man
I
is so
think
good.
yeah. I think he's the number 2 guy right now, at bare minimum. I think he looks like he will beat not Gable. Greg Kirkfleet. I think he will beat him. Could he beat Gable? I have no idea. I don't know what that's going to look like.
He'd have to catch him sleepy on his back, pin him.
Dude, if he pins Gable Steveson,
that's literally the only way he's going to be able to do it.
As a state, we have to throw a parade. You do it in Newton, Kansas.
I'm not even opposed to, maybe doing some extracurriculars to get him to where he needs to be.
So you talking Ouija board, Reese?
Yeah, Ouija board. Or science. You could use science too.
Well, then it's not a legitimate result, Reese.
All right, Reese. You go science. I'll go Ouija board. Okay.
All right.
We'll hit him on all fronts.
Yeah, we'll get it one way or the other.
Yeah. So yeah, Wyatt Hendrickson looks crazy good. The time in the Oklahoma State room with the new coaching staff doing magical, wonderful things for him. Isaac Trumbull also looking
gay.
What?
Gay.
Okay. Isaac Trumbull also looking really good. He majored Colton Schultz 9-0. Tech fauled Lance Runyon. Pretty good.
He wanted that. He wanted
there.
that Colton Schultz result back so bad. He got it.
He said, I got to get my get back, and he got it for sure. Jimmy Mullen is a guy that people need to pay attention to moving forward. He's going to be pretty good. Harley Andrews, I didn't really think much of him. I was like, why is he the 12th seed? But goes out in places. Takes out Trevor Tinker. This was a fun match, 16-13. Trevor Tinker's a Cal Poly kid. He's someone who is improving as well. So
Cal Poly on the rise. Coach Cerritos. Shout out.
Yes. And is Chewy a coach there? Chionuma?
Is he still there? I don't know.
I think he is.
I just know Cerritos is the head coach.
Right. Cal Poly Athletics Wrestling roster. Load for me, please. Yes, he is the associate head coach. With John Cerritos, Ethan Rotundo, and one Evan Wick. Okay. Is that all we have for this tournament?
So I have time for all together.
Oh.
Okay, so you don't want to, but give me your surprise of the tournament.
Surprise of the tournament. I don't know. I guess Okie State putting all 10 guys in the top 5. That was a surprise for me.
Okay.
I mean, isn't it?
In the top 5?
In the top 5?
Yeah. I'd say so.
At a tournament like this? Has that ever been done before?
I don't know.
They didn't break the scoring record. I know that much.
They didn't.
Who has the scoring record?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Whoa.
But it's not them.
That's scary. Wow. Okay. Reese, what is your surprise of the tournament? Whether a thing, a wrestler, a match, a result?
I'm never surprised. Never, ever.
Shut your mouth and you give me something.
I don't know. I guess Lorenzo Norman making the finals. I told Ryan he was a stupid idiot for making that pick.
Did you really tell me that?
No, maybe.
Oh, okay. I think you did.
I could have.
I think you judged me hard for the Lorenzo Norman pick.
Stupid. Why would he ever take second place?
He almost won the damn thing.
Yeah, that was okay. That actually was really surprising how he went 4-3 with Dean and didn't give up the takedown. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I guess most of the match was Not most of it, I guess. Probably. I don't know.
I'm caught. I'm caught between Josh Coderhant.
place.
Huh? What? I'm stuck between Josh Coderhant and Ryder Downey. I think I want to say Ryder Downey though, because he basically, for all intents and purposes, he won.
Dude, you are just
can't leave
big
it in the refs'
time.
hands.
You're just like
Ryder Downey was the 4th seed at NCAA's last year, and it's a surprise to you that he made the finals of this tournament.
Okay, I'll just go with Josh Coderhant then. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
It's fine.
It's a surprise to me that's a surprise to you.
Did Josh
It's
Coderhant?
fine.
I mean, didn't he All-American last year?
No, he's around at 12.
No.
Mm-hmm.
He's around
No,
12.
the
But the
Army
way he wrestled
guy-
against Jesse Mendez.
The Army guy that All-American last year was at 74, I believe.
Coderhant's
Josh
Navy.
Coderhant's Navy.
guy.
So
Oh, the Navy guy that All-American
Pazook.
was David Key.
Pazook was an Army All-American last
He did
year.
not
Pasiek was
All-American.
the Army. Who?
He did not Did he really All-American? David Key?
I'm pretty sure it was him. Navy, Army, and Air Force. All 3 had an All-American last year.
Right. Yep. Let me pull up the
I
bracket.
guess.
I'm pretty sure it was David Key for
I guess that would make sense.
Navy.
Give me a moment.
He's pretty
I
much
have
the only
the
one I
answer
can
for you.
think of on that team last year that would have done
David
it.
Key took 8th place at 184. And Ben Pazook took 8th at 174, even though he should have been in the top 6.
No.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yes.
And Wyatt Henderson took 3rd for Air
You
Force.
just love
Look at Reese.
challenging results, dude.
Look at Reese.
I'm not mad.
Oh.
I'm a rich man.
a-
I have many.
He's a
monies.
paid out man.
Take your result out of it, Reese, and then how do you feel?
Take my result. What do you mean? Take my result out of
Like
it?
take your
the
bias out of the result.
Take the fantasy wrestling out of it.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't take my bias out. I guess I can't do it. It was a weird situation. When has that ever happened?
It really
Never.
was.
It was fucked up. Is what
It
it
was
was.
pretty messed up, actually. I mean, really, like, okay, he was on his back by the time his foot hit the chair. So who cares?
Yeah.
He was pinned.
It's kind of awesome, though. I'm not gonna lie. It was basically as if God himself.
Yeah, didn't you just look over at Sammy and just say, "This is fate"?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, and I was like, yeah, well, if it's fate, it's fate.
With
Dad just sitting there laughing at
He threw
you.
a huge fit after that.
I bet he did.
He was so mad. He went full Andrew Millsap. Just coughing and spitting on people.
Do not.
Grabbed your hair and coughed on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was walking back to the car, and I Yeah.
Jumped on his back and choked him out.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. I'm glad we're reliving this. Okay.
Good guy.
Yeah,
Andrew
screw you,
Millsap.
Reese.
That's a good guy.
Reese,
Final.
you were a terrible person to have in my corner for during that.
Oh, what
whole
about
thing.
Zach and Tanner? They didn't do anything either.
Yeah, they're not blood.
They
Blood.
They didn't do anything afterwards either. At least when I was in shock for one. I was completely and totally shocked at what I was seeing. And then when you dropped, I was like, I freaked out on Andrew. I was like, what did you? I don't know. I screamed at him. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind, dude? I mean,
You should have kicked him in the fucking face. Is what you should have done.
yeah, he's kind of scary. He was especially scary that day.
No, you're right. He was losing his mind.
Yeah.
I remember I was there for the coughing incident in the stands. I was not there for the chokeout, but
Yeah,
I'm glad we are reliving this. This is great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Take it out of the podcast. I don't even want it in there.
It's fine.
All right.
All right, guys.
Andrew Millsap is a good dude. I'll just say that much.
Okay.
Good guy.
All right. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. Have a good day.